Greetings. This is a tutorial video on how to use a Compassion Course online forum. So, first step is creating your username and password. So please click on the register button down here, and that will actually guide you through the whole process on how to register into the Compassion Course online forum. So please remember to save your username and password information. Once you have created it and once you have registered that information, please save that. We cannot retrieve that information. The only thing that we can do is delete the username and password that you have created so that you can create a new one. So if you would like to keep your settings and you would like to log in easily, just save your information in the best way possible. The registration process will finish off by asking you to click onto your email so that you can activate your account. So it's a very simple process actually. After you click the register button here, I'll show you. It'll ask you to agree to the terms, which again, we did not create these forum terms of service, and they really don't apply to us, and we're doing the best that we can to really work around this. After you click I agree to these terms, you can create your username, enter your email address, and you can create your own password. Click the save button, and then it will ask you to access your account, or activate your account rather, by going into your email account, and you'll receive an email from the forum. You'll see it, and if you open that email, you'll see a link that will lead you to activating your account. Alright, so let's get started. So here's my username. I will enter my password. I will click login, and here we are. So I'm going to show you everything basically that there is about this, but let's get started on maybe the stuff that most people are interested in. I'm going to start actually by explaining how you can actually take part in these forums here, and then after that I'll get into more nitty-gritty stuff, if you will, some of the so to say the technical aspects of the forum and how to actually customize it a little bit more if you're interested in that. And also this video will hopefully also give you some FAQ answers, really is really what the goal is behind here. And also there's troubleshooting in here as well. So let's start by talking about weekly lessons. All these forums here actually is what I'm going to talk about. So these are the 3 forums that we have for everybody. So we have weekly lessons, which right here it explains what it's for. We have questions for the administrators, and also connecting with community members. So these are our 3 forums. I'm going to go ahead and use as an example weekly lessons. So here I can post something that is regarding the weekly lesson that probably just went out. I'm going to click new topic right here, and title of the topic is week 1. Excuse me. You can actually leave the description empty if you'd like. The title of the topic is something that everybody will see. The description is also something that's seen when people actually click into that forum. And so I'll show you what I'm talking about. So in the description I'm going to say okay, so now I'm going to go into the body here, and I'm going to actually write okay, so here's my test, let's say. So now I'm going to click the send button. You can preview if you'd like. And the other stuff that I want to just go over here, here is if you wanted to use any type of color in your title of topic, so we're leaving this up for your creativity. The only emoticon here, I guess, is the smiley face. That's really about it. And so if you wanted to use that, you can throw that in. It's going to show up as smile. You just have to click it once and it'll show up. Down here are options. These are actually already in place by default, and so you can disable smileys, which would be these emoticons over here. You can disable BB code in this post, which would basically that's already in place, so that the BB code is what is actually used in the forum for it to actually operate. So I would really suggest leaving that one unchecked as it is. And then notify me when a reply is posted. That's actually going to send you an email to let you know when somebody has replied to your post. So I'm going to go ahead and click send here. And there we are. There's my reply. Well, there's my posting rather, week 1. Anybody have feedback? So let's say I want to go back to the forums. By the way, here on the top, I would also suggest you, if you're really wanting to go back to the home, for example, you can click on here or here. Either one will take you to the forums, basically. So here we are. We're back in the forums section. So you just posted, let's say, something under weekly lessons. And now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to log out because I'm actually going to play the role of another person. And so here comes another person. This person's named Sam, let's say. So Sam Sample comes in and sees that somebody has something posted about week 1. And so here's the description that I was mentioning. That's what shows up under description. If you wanted to go ahead and be a little bit more specific regarding what the title of your topic was, there it is, right? So Sam Sample is interested in talking about week 1. And so here is a quick reply box down here. That's one option of replying. And so Sam is going to come in here and Sam is going to say, and click send. Okay. And there is Sam Sample's response. So there's a few more things here, but that's really the basic gist of how the forum works. Now, let's say that Sam Sample wants to post in here. Let's say Sam Sample wants to post within weekly lessons. Well, again, we're going to click the new topic button here. Title of the topic. We're now, let's say, into week 2. Okay, so there's a description. Again, reminder, the description is what's going to show up under the title of your topic. So here in the body, right, we're going to fill this in with the information that we would like to talk about, let's say. Okay, so it's now, and again, everything here is by default. If you don't want to receive a reply or if you don't want to receive a notification when a reply is posted, then you can just click this off, but it's clicked on by default, so you will be notified whenever a reply is posted to your topic. So I'm going to click send. Great, there we are. If you notice what just happened, by the way, after my post is posted, after I post my topic or my reply, you'll see that I am rerouted from one window that shows up for about 5 seconds or so to this window where I'm at right now. And what you saw in that last window, it said that my message was successfully posted. And then it's moving me into the section where I can either give myself a reply, let's say, if I want to make an addendum, some type of addition onto my topic, then I can do so very quickly, right? Again, if I want to go back to the forum where I posted, here it is. If I want to go back to the entire forums, all the forums to show up, here that is. So again, I'm going to show that again. You can click either weekly lessons to get back to the forum that you were in, right here. You can click on forums to go back to view all the forums available. And by the way, you can also do that by clicking onto Compassion Course 2015 forum right there. Of course, another way to get back to this home section here is just by clicking home here on top. There we are. So now I do want to move into a little bit more of, let's say, the specific, more really customizable, personalized sections of the forum. So one of the things and one of the reasons why we moved into this forum service is so that you actually are able to go ahead and have a lot more, you as a participant actually have a lot more ability to connect with other members of the community. And so I do want to show you a few security things for yourself, and also so that you can provide access for others to get to know you as well, if that's what you would like. So I'm going to click up here on profile. If you go to home, so this section up here is always going to show up. Click on profile here. Here is my simple information. As you'll see, you can edit your email address. You can change your password. And so here's where you can personalize your profile a little bit more by selecting your gender, your birth date, location, your job, your hobbies, humor. Here's more contact information if you want to add any of this information. And yes, down here you can click on delete your account as well. Here are some preferences. I would really suggest, if you're not interested in adding information onto your profile, check out your preferences. Here are preferences as to how maybe people can even contact you. So here's allow members to contact me by email. I believe that this is checked off as no by default. So again, allow members to contact me by email. I'm pretty sure that that's checked no by default. If you do want people to contact you by email, then you can click yes, and you can receive notifications and actually receive emails from people when they contact you. And so you'll be directly contacted by members when they want to reach out to you. Let's say if you're interested in wanting to do an empathy call with them or something like that. So here's a few more preferences. Allow members to send me private messages. I'll show you how that works a little bit later on. Allow visitor messages on my profile. So right now it's clicked on to my friends. Again, that's by default. All of these here are already actually listed by default. And so if you want visitor messages on your profile, which would be when somebody comes to your profile, they can actually see messages that somebody has left you on your profile. And so those are basically considered public messages. Allow newsletters. We will not use that service as far as I'm aware. And so us as administrators here, the staff at the Compassion Course Online, will not be sending out a newsletter. Hide my online status. Right now it's clicked on as no. I'll show you what that's about also. But the online status will say whether this person is online or not when you're logged into the forum. And here's always notify me of replies. So this will send you an email when somebody replies to a topic you have posted in. This can be changed whenever you post. Again, I do want to stress this section right here. This can be changed whenever you post. And so Another great feature of this is that you don't actually have to personalize everything in here within this section of your profile preferences, but you can actually do it when you actually post within the forum. And I showed you that earlier. You can always click on that button at the bottom that's checked on as default, which says notify me when somebody replies to my topic. These are a bunch of other preferences here. I think most of them are pretty clear. And so, and what I really enjoy also about this, and the reason why we chose this service, is because it really is customizable by you. And so we really want to give you as much access as possible. What I would suggest to please remember to keep as in store as they are in default right now is the allow BB code. That's how the form actually works. Always allow HTML. That's actually your own preference. Always enable smileys. Those are the emoticons. We only have one available, and so you can have that activated if you'd like. But I do want to stress to please keep always allow BB code on as checked on as yes. Here is the language. I would suggest to please keep it in English. You can select the time zone that you would like to see, the time format as well. And so again, a lot of preferences here. I'm going to move on to signature. I'm going to just run through this a little bit easier and faster now because these actually get pretty simple, I think. You can edit your signature, which means that when you post a topic or you post a reply, there is a signature at the bottom of that. It says your name. So if you wanted to add that, here's where you would add it. Always remember to click save whenever you do any changes. So if I go to preferences, please remember at the bottom, click save for any updates that you do. You have an avatar. I believe they might be hosted, but I can't promise that. So again, notifications. Here are the type of notifications that you'll receive by email. You can check which ones you would like and which ones you would not like to receive. Actually, I will say connection of a friend to the forum. That's actually not really going to happen within here. And so that's already checked off as not a check by default. So again, connection of a friend to the forum, that's checked off already by default. That's actually not going to apply to this forum. Topics being watched, you can watch topics and you can basically say whether you want to watch it or not. What this does actually is that it gives you, it's basically an overview of what you have either posted in or what you have viewed. Meaning, you can see here, I have gone to view week 1 4 times. That's because before I did this video, I did a few test runs, and so you can see how many times I've gone to week 1 to check that out. If I don't want this to show up in my topics being watched, then I can just click here, stop watching the selected topics. And so that's the selected topic that I just chose. So if I don't want to watch it anymore, I check that one and I click here. Favorites, I can check off which ones, which forum discussions are some of my favorites. And by doing so, I can click here onto the favorites tab and I can see what's been going on in that reply section. Meaning, if there's a topic that somebody started, as you saw earlier, we know now how to create topics. And so if there's a topic that somebody started and I'm enjoying the discussion going on there, I can put that under my favorites. Here are drafts. Again, something that's actually not activated in the forum, and so drafts is actually not a usable feature within our forum. So if you click onto profile again, these are again all of the preferences here. Here's a member list. Here's a list of everybody who is within the forum. And so you can personal message them. That's what the PM button is all about. So let's say in this case, I'm going to go ahead and send a private message to the other profile. Okay, click send. And this way, when I log into the other test profile, you'll be able to go ahead and see how we can find our messages. FAQ, here are some FAQs from the forum service itself. There's a calendar section here. We are going to update this to let you know of the monthly teleconferences. You can click on Home to go back to the forum section. So if I click on to weekly lessons again, I want to show you a few of the things that I was mentioning earlier now. So now we get again down into more specific material here. So if I click on to weekly lessons, and so let's say I'm interested in maybe having a discussion with Antonio Espinosa. I'm going to click onto his name. Let me show you that again. Let's say I even want to go into this discussion right now, actually. So I'm going to click on week 1. As you'll see, I already posted a response here. Sam Sample posted a response here. And let's say I'm actually interested in discussing with Antonio Espinosa about having an empathy buddy call. And by the way, I'm talking about empathy buddies. You might be seeing this very early on in the course, but we will be talking about empathy communication with other members in the course. And so let's say I'm interested in asking Antonio a question about the course because it looks like we have some similarities about what we've been finding in the course. And so I'm going to click on to Antonio Espinosa's name directly. You see that it's a clickable link because this finger shows up. So click on it. And here is Antonio Espinosa. Let's say I want to go ahead and here's the profile information that shows up because this is actually the profile information that I actually set up on the other profile. And so it shows how many posts I've done, shows the date that I joined. Visitor messages, I mentioned this earlier. So visitor messages are basically public messages that somebody leaves on your profile. And so again, those are things you can make visitor messages something that you would like to or not receive by going onto your profile and making that preference yourself. So let's say again, here are some interesting statistics if you're interested in maybe what type of posts Antonio is interested in, how many Antonio has been doing. So I'm going to actually click on to contact because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm interested in contacting Antonio. And so here it is, MP, that button right there. That's how you send a personal private message to someone. And as you saw, I already sent the message earlier. So in a few seconds or so, I'm actually going to switch over into the Antonio Espinosa profile. Right now I'm in the Sam Sample profile. And if I switch over to the Antonio Espinosa profile, I can actually show you how this works a little bit more. I'm going to click onto the search query before I log out. The way that I did that, here on the top, there's always going to be the search forum. If I want to click on to finding certain posts about, let's say, week 1. I hope I wrote it like that. We'll find out. Okay. Let's try it again. Or maybe as topics, week 1. And I believe I wrote it with a space. And so as you see, this is very specific. There we go. So if you want to find a specific, let's say you're searching for something about empathy, something about, maybe needs, here's what I would really suggest using this search box, clicking on it and using the box. You can search either by topics or by post. Click on advanced search and you can actually search for keywords. So this is going to basically search everything that includes the words that you're putting in here. And so if I type in, let's say again, week 1, and yes, search for all terms, let's do a search. And so it's not going to show up. It's actually going to give me a Google search. And so if I search So let's see. If I do week 1, search for all terms, and I don't want to do a Google search, so a Google search will actually take me away from the forum. So if you're looking to do a Google search, you can click on that button. Here, it's going to search in all forums. Search all posts, all topics. It's going to ask me how do I want it sorted, either by sending post time or just sending post time. Click search, and there we go. So again, I'm going to go back to the search form, and so this is for a more advanced search. Search for certain keywords, and you can either search Google, which really would not be something that I would really suggest doing, because if you're looking for something within the form, then I would suggest just filling out the rest of this as much as you want to, and clicking the search button down here. Okay, I'm going to log out, and I'm going to go into the Antonio Espinosa profile. Okay, here we go. So here it's going to mention to me that I have one new message. So there's a message that I sent from Sam Sampleson. Now if I want to post a reply, I can go ahead and click post reply. Click the send button. Your message has been sent. And so here is my inbox. So you have your own personal inbox here. And again, you can edit your preferences by clicking onto profile here. If I go back to home, click on weekly lessons, I'm going to click new topic. And what I want to show you here is really all the formatting options that you have. So I want to do some bolding. Here is bolding. It's going to show up like that because this is coded. If you want to do italics in there as well, you can do that. You can underline it as well. Once you click it one time, as you see, it's going to actually repeat that. So I would really suggest highlighting it, bolding it if you want, italicizing it. If you want to underline it as well, highlight that section specifically to do any combination of what I just showed you. If you want to do a strike through, we have that as well. So these are all the formatting options that we have here. If you're not sure what it means, you can actually hover your mouse over that and it will explain to you what that means. And so in this case, for example, it says align left. So again, I would select the text that I want to be aligned left. Make sure you have all of it selected. And then you can either align to the right. If I don't want it aligned to the right, I would remove that coding right there that says right. You can see what coding was entered. You can either do centering, left, center, right, justified. Again, these are all the preferences that we include here. There's a bullet list. There's a numbered list. You can insert a horizontal rule line. A bunch of little interesting things to do here. And so if you really are interested in going a little bit further with your posting, then you can do so here. I would really recommend to maybe keeping it as simple as possible. I'm pretty sure that everybody can view all this information on their computer, but so that you are guaranteed that everybody is able to see what it is that you write, exactly how you wrote it, meaning you don't want some loss of words, then I would really highly recommend that you really maybe keep it as simple as going maybe this far. So from bold all the way through inserting a horizontal rule. In my experience, that really does keep your formatting as simple as possible and also as viewable as possible on as many devices out there, including mobile devices. I cannot guarantee that this other these other items here are actually going to be shown on mobile devices or on other people's computers when you enter them into your text. So that's why I would really highly suggest to really keeping it as simple as possible. Okay, I really hope that this video gave you some insight into how to use the forum. If you really do have some more questions, suggestions also, or any comments, we're open to them. You can actually send any comments, suggestions, or questions to our email address, which is coursecoordinator@nycnvc.org. Again, our email address is coursecoordinator@nycnvc.org. Great. So this was fun going through this tutorial with you all. I really look forward to having another wonderful year in the Compassion course online. And this has been Antonio. If you have any questions for us, again, please send us an email. And we hope to see you in the course. Have a great day. Bye-bye.